everyone. How's everyone doing? This is Lynn Serrano, and I'm super excited about this show. Wait, I'm excited about all my shows, but you'll see why. I've got a badass guy here that is I'm super excited. And so let me do a little intro, and I'll be right back. Okay, usually I have him right here and introduce him, but you know what? This guy, to me, he's larger than life, and he's so stinking awesome that he needs an introduction that's big enough and suitable and acceptable by him. So who better to introduce him than
unstoppable kick-ass confidence. Are you ready?
Welcome to the Raw and Unscripted Show with Christopher Rausch, where we help you overcome your self-created crap without the self-help fluffy bullshit. Now please welcome our host, Christopher Rausch.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, misfits for life of the Kick-Ass Nation? Hi, it is I, Christopher Rausch, your No Excuses coach, back here again for Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for the Raw and Unscripted Show with yours truly, me, Mr. Christopher Rausch, the place where I help you overcome your self-created crap without the self-help fluffy bullshit. Woohoo! Can't get a hell yeah for that. Nobody's here yet? What the hell? Come on, guys. It's not even 7. It's 7:01. Where the hell are my people? Where are my people? Where are you people? So anyways, yes, we are here again for another Tuesday edition of the Raw and
Okay. Welcome, Christopher, to my show. I couldn't.
That is the best introduction I've ever had. That is so creative, Lynn. I love that. I've never been introduced by myself. I love it.
Well, get that off your bucket list now.
Thank you so much. That was so cool. You were so creative. Thank you.
You're welcome. So why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself? Because you introduced yourself already, but tell them a little bit about you.
Well, good morning, Lynn. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm excited to be here and so appreciative of the time and be able to spend it with you and your lovely audience. I'm Christopher Rausch. I'm the No Excuses coach. And essentially, like I said there in the intro, I help people overcome their self-created crap without the self-help fluffy bullshit. Essentially, I'm a former 7th grade homeless dropout who lived in the backseat of a station wagon with 18 cats and 2 dogs with my mother, who had various psychological disorders and chemical dependencies. And through that opportunity of being homeless and being out on the streets, I got to learn quite a bit about life, and it consequently got me to where I'm at today. So I'm happy to share that story with you and your listeners today. So thank you.
You're welcome. And Peter, you know Peter from the clubhouse?
Yes. What's up, Peter?
Yeah.
Good to see you. Actually, you get to see me. I don't get to see you, but yeah, I love Clubhouse. Clubhouse is amazing.
Well, you know what? You don't mind if people call you Chris, do you?
All right. Interview's over. All right. Yeah. Agent. Yeah. No, of course I don't care. You can call me anything. Just don't call me late for dinner or especially late for drinks.
Well, good, because here you go.
Hey, Lynn. Hey, Chris. How are you? Oh my gosh, you're going to have an amazing show. It's going to be awesome. I am on my way to the airport to do a photo shoot. I'm super excited, but just wanted to tell you I can't wait to hopefully listen in on your show on my drive in, and I know y'all are going to rock it. So, Lynn, you're a rock star. I wore my star necklace just in honor of you today. I love you, girl. Bye. I can't wait to hear the show.
Is so awesome. Dude, you are freaking cool. I love it. I got to take notes from you. I love that. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Peter, for jumping in.
Is it not funny how you said, well, hi, Peter. Well, I can't see you.
You're thinking everything, Lynn. This is beautiful.
I'm very intuitive, and I'm using it.
Yeah. I mean, especially with StreamYard. I mean, I use StreamYard as well. So it's as it rolls out more features, it's pretty cool to be able to do stuff like that. So thank you for doing that and reminding me of that too.
Dude, I'm the best at StreamYard you'll ever see, and you'll see that here in a minute. By let me just throw this out there real quick.
Hi, Lynn and Christopher. And Lynn, thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on today and share this message out with you and with everyone else. And just to say, Christopher is a true leader with a huge heart, so much love for his mission and just like this unwavering confidence that is constantly an inspiration to me. And I feel incredibly blessed not only to be his partner on our podcast, but to be his friend. And he's just genuine, generous, and cares deeply about his clients and the people around him. And I'm super grateful for his constant support, his encouragement, and his example in my life. So much love to you, Christopher, and to you as well, Lynn. Thank you.
Oh, there's my buddy.
So listen. The fact that you just came to live, love, laugh, and let go out loud and don't even realize the concept of my show, you're going to get it now. And you're going to get the fact that we're going to talk a little bit about living, loving, and laughing and letting go. But on my show, I love to celebrate people that impact my life or that I just resonate with and that I love. And I had vomit on your show, and you were the first show I've ever been on. So I want you to know that. So that was nervous-itis to the max. But you made me feel very comfortable, and I'm forever grateful and honored to have had that time with you. So I just definitely just want to show you the love in that. And, you know, people are not celebrated enough when they're here. And that's a huge problem in my book. So that's why I love doing what I do. And there's just a lot to it. So I want just, you know, in the first 6 minutes for you to feel that love. And we're going to just get down and dirty in some questions. How about that?
I am ready to get down and dirty. Thank you so much. Hello, Sandra Pitter. Thank you for being here. Pamela, thank you so much. You're a beautiful soul. I'm so honored to be your co-host on your show, Rainbows in Real Life. And yeah, Lynn, this is just a beautiful way to start off the show. So I'm ready to rock and roll. Whatever you got for me, I'm ready to handle it. Let's do it.
Awesome. So what meaning is living your best life for you personally?
Living my best life personally is being in the moment, being grateful, and looking at things as opportunities and not as challenges. I mean, it's so easy to get caught up in everything else that's going on in our life. So, you know, to be able to have that opportunity just to be in the moment, be grateful, is such a blessing to be, because so often we're pontificating about the past or we're worried about the future that we're never truly in the moment. And that was something I was guilty of. So, being in the moment. What's up, Chad? Good morning. So being in the moment is really, super critical for me. I mean, that's the way I start out my day, is being in the moment. I set my intentions in the morning. I set my gratitudes in the morning. So I really start off my day just really trying to be centered in what it is that I'm doing in that particular moment. Like right now, I'm totally centered in this. I'm not thinking about anything else. And that's quite a triumph for me, because I was always in every other place but where I was.
I love it. Chad and Larry, you're going to want to watch the beginning of this, because I chock full of surprises for Christopher. So I was pretty excited about that. What do you love in your life other than your family?
What do I love in my life other than my family?
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? Honestly, the first thing that comes to my mind, I'm just going to go with it, is music. Music has been a blessing in my life since I was a very, very little boy. I remember some of my first memories were looking at the album covers of my mom's music and watching her put records on the phonograph, and then just seeing that record turn into music and turn into words and lyrics and everything else. And to be able to take me on a journey from wherever it was that I was at to somewhere else has always been massive in my life. I mean, all throughout my childhood, I was all about the phonograph, records, cassettes, you know, listening to the radio. Music always was my healing modality, until I learned about other things in life. We could talk about that later on. But music has always been essential to my life. So literally you can follow me around. Most times I have music playing on my phone, in my headphones, on something. I listen to all kinds of different music, but music really, for me, I just absolutely love it. So I'm just going to go with that.
I love that. Okay. So what things have you let go out loud? And that's what people don't understand. Until you let go of things out loud, you really can't live, love, and laugh. I mean, truly, in the essence of enjoying your life. So I'm sure you got a story to tell if you'd like to share.
A story in particular about
just the things that, you know, whether you were vulnerable about, which like you already has shared, but things that, you know, whether you had regrets or things that were bothering you before you became very successful and getting out of your own way.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great question, Lynn. Thank you. Chad says music is our only friend. Sometimes Jack Daniels has been my friend sometimes. No, that's a great question. I've had to do a lot of inner work on myself, both stuff that I've done myself and actually seeing outside either coaches or mentors or even psychologists and therapists throughout my journey. And I'm not embarrassed to say that, because we all need to reach out to people who might have the answers to expedite what it is that we need to learn. So for me, one of the things I really had to let go was of the animosity and the anger towards my mother for my life. Up until geez, probably my 30s, I resented her and I was angry with her and I was frustrated with her. I still loved her. Didn't necessarily like her, which is an interesting discussion topic if you want to go down that road. But I just really was resentful in the fact that she kept making selfish choices about, taking care of the cats versus taking care of me, taking care of herself versus taking care of me, using me as her whipping boy, as far as, go do this, go do that, be seen, not be heard. Being told I was stupid and everything. There was a lot of mental and a lot of physical abuse that went on in life. And I remember one time the physical abuse ended when I was about 16 years old, and she went to smack me, and I grabbed her fist and I looked her in the face. I said, "You ever swing at me again, I'm going to swing back." I said, "I'm effing done with this." And I can't remember if I could swear on your show or not.
Shit, I do every now and then too.
Okay.
As long as you don't.
I said, if you ever fucking, I told her in a 10 by 10 motel room, I said, "If you're fucking swing at me again, I'm going to swing back and you're not going to like it." So that was to the point where I was just getting really angry. But as I was getting older, I realized I was becoming more successful, but there was a part of me that was still stuck. There was still stuck in thinking about that. And people would ask me in interviews, like, thoughts about my mom, and are you angry with her? And do you wish you had a normal childhood and things of that nature? So I had to go in, and I realized that was a piece that was holding me back emotionally from my current relationships with my girlfriends and my previous ex-wife. I know that was holding me back because I had that anger towards her. So I had to really go do some deep diving, and I thought, okay, and this is about the time when I read Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of one of his habits was seek first to understand, then to be understood. And I have to tell you, Lynn, when I saw that, I never saw that before, because my mom was always the person, I'm the one that's right. I'm the one that's in control. If I'm angry and raising my voice, then I'm the one that's the smart person. I'm the one that's got it all together. She never sought to understand. She never really did. So I thought, okay, everything in my life that I had done up until that point really was doing the opposite of what she did. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to seek first to understand. And I started with her. And I said, okay, let me first understand, some of the nuances about her personality and some of her idiosyncrasies. And trust me, I actually almost didn't even want to, because I was so angry, but I thought, okay, let me just dig into this and find out more about what makes her tick, because then I believe that can help me in my coaching and help myself and help other people. And I started digging into it and realized that her childhood was messed up, and some of the belief systems that she created from the people that she had in her life set her off on a path with a belief system that she never got corrected. So I learned to understand and have sympathy for the situations she had been in. And ultimately, I learned to really appreciate, and that's a crazy word to say, I really appreciate everything I went through: the mental abuse, the physical abuse, digging through dumpsters, going hungry, getting carjacked, having a gun put to my head, all the different things I had in my life. I was like, thank you, Mom, for putting me through those situations, or putting me in those situations, because now they made me a stronger person, and now I'm able to help other people.
I'm glad you bring this up, because this year my word is vulnerability. And is your mom still alive?
No, she passed almost 9 years ago now. Crazy enough.
Okay, so you're really gonna understand what I'm gonna say here. My mom put me through a lot too, at the hands of a lot of things. And when you realize that they didn't know any better, they didn't do better because they didn't know any better. And yeah, I was at my mom's bedside when she passed away too. So, then of course, you relive everything when they pass away, don't you? You just really do. And so, but when you realize that we are blessed to have had the experiences we've had, because it's made us empathetic to other people. If we didn't have those experiences, we'd just be another asshole just preaching as a coach or whatever, and not having the compassion or the understanding. And so, yeah. Well, that's my brother's widow. My brother died a year after my mom did, right before Mother's Day. So, so she's going to make me cry here, but no, seriously, it's thank you. Yes. Thank you. But seriously, it comes down, and that's why my show is Let Go Out Loud, because you do not realize your potential until you realize things happen for you, not against you. And Absolutely. So you just wake up and you realize that, I'm an introvert. I've not wanted, I had a singing voice. I lost my singing voice. My brother was a musician and he had a voice. And I was like, God, give me a voice because I want to just sing and impact the world like my brother did. I mean, he had over 400 people at his funeral. And yet it was like, I didn't realize until I heard the whisper said, no, Lynn, you have your voice. You're supposed to use your voice to impact people, not to sing. So I'm like, oh, smack. But I still like to sing, God. It just doesn't sound good now. But seriously, thank you for answering that and being so sincere, because this is a very important question to me and for my audience to really understand that without things, and when you tell your story to people just want to be sad, and it's like, no, that I'm not in that place anymore. I'm in that place of, I can celebrate the fact that she didn't know better, she didn't do any better, and I'm okay. We're alive. No, nobody's hurting us right now. We're okay. So I just want to give that hope to everybody. So I'm thankful for that. So what makes you laugh? And you know what? You don't know me good enough for me not to have made you laugh yet. So I'm going to try to make you laugh really quick.
I may not be TikTok famous, but I have never posted a video of me shaking my butt for likes. And if the beat live, Lil Juke made it. Yaddy, 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 yaddy.
All right, you win.
So other than me making you laugh, what else makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh? Stupid people. Am I allowed to say that? No, actually, stupid people make me laugh. Stupid people make me laugh. Yeah, no.
I won't take offense to saying other than me what makes you laugh.
No, you're not stupid. No, stupid people make me laugh when they do things over and over again, expecting different results, when they keep shooting themselves in the foot, when they keep telling themselves they can't do things and then wonder why they can. When they sit there and focus on things that they have absolutely zero control over, but yet they think that all the bitching and complaining in the world is going to make it better. I could go on and on, but in truth, what makes me laugh? My son makes me laugh. He's amazing. He's such a bright light in my world that I never expected to have. I love funny movies. I love comedians. I love to laugh at myself. That's one thing I've learned to do up until, again, going through that journey of rediscovering my personality and trying to figure out who I was. Through different situations in my life, I lost my identity. I lost who I was. Like I said before, and actually Chad knows this, I was married way back when I was 18 years old. I was married to a beautiful woman who I'm still dear friends with today. And through that process, I learned something very important, because when we got together, it was always Chris and Tammy, Chris and Tammy, Chris and Tammy, Chris and Tammy. And I didn't know who I was once we divorced and we separated. I had to figure out who Chris was. And one of the things that I lost was my sense of humor, because I was always told, oh, that's not funny. Stop being stupid. So I just was like, okay. And again, same thing with my mom. I was like, okay, I should just shut up and make sure everybody likes me. So when we separated and everything, I had to find out what my sense of humor was again. And so I love to laugh at myself. I don't take myself seriously anymore. I don't worry about stuff that's going to happen. It's a part of life. I could fart on air. I could burp on air. I could sneeze on air, whatever it could be, whatever's going to happen, whatever I say, it's a moment in time. It's a speck in time. So I just sit there and laugh and I just keep moving on. But yeah, stupid people make me laugh the most.
Okay. Well, I think you like people with a little sarcasm and a little fun too. So here we go.
Hey guys, I just want to throw something out there for you. One of the things in this life that's very interesting is we all think that we really know somebody sometimes, right? And then you do a little bit of Googling and you do some research about a person and you find out, did I really even know that person? Well, I want to talk about my good friend, Christopher Rausch. I did some deep Googling on this guy and I was about 6 pages deep, usually where you get the criminal records or those strange pictures from some event in college that pop up. This is what I found about Christopher. Turns out that Christopher, the name in Latin, actually means no excuses. Right? And guess what Rausch means? Rausch actually means unstoppable in German. And so a little bit of research, pulled that up. I almost feel like I don't even know the guy anymore. But I will say this. I love him to death. I think you should check him out. I think you should trust in what he says. And by the way, while we're talking about names, Scott, which is me, Scott Goyette, backwards is Talks. Love you all. Take care.
Oh, damn, Scott Goyette. Lynn, you are amazing. This is like the best show ever. Your creativity in being able to do this and your planning is off the hook. Thank you.
So when you said silly people and sarcastic and being goofy, that just damn, I pat myself on the back here because I'm having so much fun.
You should. You're surprising the heck out of me, and that's hard to do. So I'm really impressed. This is beautiful. I got to take cues from this.
Oh, well, just remember where you learned it from.
Oh, I will. I will.
Here we go.
So have you ever gotten yourself in a pickle? What kind of pickle would you say you got yourself into? That you learned the most valuable lesson ever.
The pickle. Have I ever gotten myself into a pickle?
Yeah, I'm sure you have, Chris.
I'm trying to remember one to actually that I can share. A pickle. I tell you what.
You're in a pickle right now.
This is a funny one. This is a funny one. It just popped into my head, so I'm gonna go with it. Yes,
okay,
I did get myself into a pickle. When I was dating, I used to only just date one girl at a time. But in my later 20s, my early 30s, really from about 27 to I met my current wife, I went through a string of just a bunch of dating. And then all of a sudden I started dating multiple women at the same time. Well, I did not do the math and did not look at my calendar. And I made the same date with two different women, an hour apart at my apartment. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
You try to explain that when you have told the other person that you're just seeing them and they come knocking on your door and they're all dressed pretty and you open your door to your studio apartment and there's another girl already standing right there. Yeah. Yeah, that was a pickle. Yeah, it didn't end very well. Guess what happened? Those two started talking. Those two started talking and started comparing notes. And then I got my ass handed to me. I got my ass handed.
You went from 2 to 0, just like that.
I went from 2 to 0, just like that. Yeah, I was. Oh, is he telling you this? Is he telling you this? Oh, yeah. You know what? We should go on a date. Da 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 da. And yeah, I got politely told to go fuck myself. And yeah, interestingly enough, a couple of weeks later, both girls called me independently. So, but yeah, it was. I felt horrible because that was normally not my MO. But people like date and see da da da. Why are you just dating one? Da da da. And yeah, I was not good at scheduling, and that's what happened. So I learned my lesson from that point. Really look at your calendar before you book another date.
That's all you learned, huh?
That's all I learned. No, then I met my wife, and then I didn't date anymore.
Oh, that's awesome! And she gave you the best gift ever, your son.
Yes.
Aww. So, what's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Geez, now you're asking me to go through the Rolodex of crazy things. It's the most spontaneous thing I've ever done. Here's a crazy one for you. I love this because I get to tell different stories. I've been interviewed so many times. I always tell the same story sometimes, but spontaneous. I was at Magic Mountain with my with a dear girlfriend of mine, and we've been dating for a long time. We went to Magic Mountain. I love roller coasters and stuff like that, but I'm not like a super daredevil, right? So we'd gone on all the roller coasters, the back ones, the forward ones, the ones I didn't even want to go on because I wanted to impress her. And I had kind of like built up my confidence. I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good. And and she's just like a daredevil. She'll do anything. She'll jump out of a plane without a parachute. And I'm still friends with her to this day still. And that was back in 97. So we walked by at Magic Mountain here in Southern California. There was a ride called Dive Devil. And it wasn't part of the attractions there. It was something you could do independently. And so have you ever heard of Dive Devil?
No,
I know it's at some different amusement parks. So I've told the story before. I'm like, oh, I've seen Dive Devil at Minnesota or something like that. So anyway, Dive Devil is this huge arch right in the middle of Magic Mountain. And it basically has these two ropes that hang down from it. So what you do is you get harnessed into this body suit thing, you get zipped up, and then you have these two strings holding you up. So we look at it and we're like, she goes, oh my God, we should totally do this. And I'm like, no, that doesn't look smart. Not hanging by strings. I like being on tracks and having bars holding and being able to death grip, like if this thing comes off the track, I'm going with it, that kind of thing. No, I don't like hanging by strings up. I think it was over 50 feet in the air. So it was stories. It was like 20 stories. It was something tall. It was crazy. And so me being the guy that's trying to impress the girl, I'm like, oh, I could push myself. I could do this. Not even thinking of it. So we get on the ride. We pay the money. I didn't hardly even have any money. I had to put on my credit card. I really couldn't afford it. So we go in there. It's late at night. And he's like, okay, da, da, da. And so we stand on this ramp and he puts us in these suits and we say, okay, we're going to do it tandem. So again, not even thinking about anything. I hate heights. I do not like heights whatsoever, but I had done heights and everything else. So he's okay, here's what's going to happen. This ramp is going to like go down. And as soon as it goes down, your feet, we're standing up. As soon as it goes down, the cord is going to cause you to go parallel to the ground. So you're just like hanging there, just like Superman, right? Right. And you've got one ring on the back of your harness that's holding you by these two ropes, and we're side by side. And we're just 2 feet off the ground at this point, and I start shitting bricks. I'm like, there is no way. I'm literally like, oh, no, bad mistake. My stomach started gurgling. I was like, there is no way I can do this. And she's laughing, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And again, me being the dude, I'm like, I'm already here. It's going to be over in a minute anyway. And I swear to God, Lynn, as soon as they started going up, I was like, and I just remember my stomach gurgling, and she's looking around and she's like, oh my God, isn't this beautiful? It's Magic Mountain at night. And literally I have the video. I just saw the VHS tape 2 days ago, because I got to get it on, I got to get it ripped on something. But you see me, and I'm just like, I'm like, listen, she's laughed. She goes, oh my God. And we get to the top. And the thing was, we get to the top, and the tower says, Tower to Bravo, 3, 2, 1. I'll never forget this. And he told us this on the ground. He goes, when I get to 1, you pull your ripcord, and then what you're going to do is you're going to free fall face first down about, that's what it was, 50 feet. You free fall face first. As soon as you let that clip go, you immediately go from this. Oh, wait, let me see. You immediately go from like parallel to this. And so we get to the top. I am shitting. I'm like, there is nothing to step on. There's nothing to hold on to. There is nothing. There is zero. And she's like, oh my God. And she's looking around, and he goes, Tower to Bravo, 3, 2. And I just pulled the ripcord, and I'm like, I got to get out of here. And didn't even do the math. And I was like, as soon as I pulled the ripcord, straight down, looking at the ground, just skyrocketing to the ground. And then all of a sudden the thing just, and it becomes a swing. And you swing through the air. And so you're like on a pendulum. Once we started swinging, I was okay. But oh my gosh, we got off that ride, and she's like laughing and everything. And I'm just like, I'm going to pass out. And so we go back to the thing, and he's like, oh, would you like the video of it? It's another $45. And I swear to God, Lynn, I was broke. But I said in that moment, there is no way anybody's going to ever believe me that I did this. So give me the $45 videotape. And that's the one I just saw the other day, which probably made me think about this. So yeah, that's what I did. I never did it again.
You would do it again?
No, I never did it again.
Oh, okay.
I've done parasailing. I've done some other things, but never did that again. But I'm glad I did it. I am actually glad I did it. And I'm proud of myself.
That is so stinking cool. Absolutely. Because you conquered a fear of heights. Well, you didn't conquer it, but you faced the fear of heights. So that's really awesome. That's
and
awesome.
You just do it moment by moment. I've helped people overcome their fears, especially a lot of people with the dentist and stuff like that. I'm like, literally in life, you just have to take it moment by moment. If I'm not thinking about being up there, if I'm just thinking about getting to the stand, and I'm just thinking about, okay, all I have to do is go up. This is only going to be a minute. You just tell yourself it's going to be okay, and you get through it, and then you do it, and then you feel better, and then you're just like, okay, what else can I do? So when I went and spoke on stage in front of thousands of people, my conditioning of doing that, this is like, Chris, this is nothing. This is just people in an audience. You're not flying through the air at 100 miles an hour, hanging by a string. So it's helped me out in my life, definitely.
Yeah, just like I would tell people, like I was always fearful of being on the camera too. I'd always hide from it as far as for video. And sure enough, I pretty much, every step is a victory. That's right. That's right. But, and so I realized, well, shit, I'm not going to die if I go on camera. Well, I mean, I could, but that's not going to happen, the odds. Whereas, if you're on the highway and you're doing 70 miles an hour and you live in Montana like I do in the dark, you're taking a chance with the deer. You're taking a chance. If you drive in the dark at 70 miles an hour, you're taking a freaking more chance than you are in any other thing. So yeah, absolutely. So let's see.
What's up, brother Scott?
Hey, Scott,
thank you for your message. That was awesome.
We just played that. Oh, that was
okay. Now you need to get Scott, and you need to get Scott, and you need to get Pam on the show too, and Peta in there. Pitter, sorry.
Pitter. Pitter's been linearized already. Absolutely. What makes a person beautiful to you?
Their heart. their authenticity, their vulnerability, like you were just saying earlier, Lynn. That's what I immediately, when I can see somebody's heart and I can see where their soul is, that's what's beautiful to me. Transparency, authenticity, all of that. Yeah. That's what makes somebody beautiful to me. Their heart, how they give when they don't have, all of those things.
You know what, Chris? I love asking these people this question, because the bottom line is this question is a reflection of your answer is actually describes you to the T, especially your stories, especially what you just said. I see all these things in you. So thank you for answering and answering my question. So what I see beautiful in you. Absolutely.
And you too. So, I mean, that's, and Scott and Pam and Chad. Well, maybe not Chad. I haven't seen Chad's vulnerability yet. A little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's the people I hang around now, Lynn. Honestly, you know, I used to be, and Scott knows this too. We're like kindred brothers. I used to be around all the successful people, all the people with egos, all that other stuff. And now I just want to be around people who are real, who tell the truth, who sit there and say, you know what, I don't have it all figured out. Here's where I'm at. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what help I need. Here's what I can do to help humanity. All those different things. You know, that's what we need more in this world right now, Lynn. A lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are desperate, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. I'm just proud to be amongst people like yourself. And again, Pam and Scott and so many other beautiful people that I've met in the last 12 months, especially on Clubhouse, the genuine people I met there who have lots of money and could just easily retire, but they're still like, hey, what can I do about sex trafficking? Hey, what can I do about, you know, the homeless in Haiti? Hey, what can I do about the starving here in the United States? What can we do about this? How can we make the world a better place? And that's my mission in life. That's my mission every single day that I wake up, is that to be a present and playful dad and to see what I could do to make humanity a little bit better than it was yesterday.
Absolutely. Scott has a question here for you.
Scott, did you enjoy my message? Deep research there. Yes, I was like, man, I've already made it to 6 pages on Google. That's awesome.
You know what? And I really messed up last night. And Christopher, I don't know if you realize, I meant to message. You
messaged Scott, and I said, and I told you, I said, have Scott on. I said, we just did a dual interview on Tom Jin's show. I said, have Scott on, and we could do another dual interview. And I thought something was funny. You're like, oh no, that was something else I was working. And I'm like, that must be another Scott. But anyways, have Scott on here. You can have Scott on here right now.
I know. Send him a link. I would love it.
Let's put Chad on here. Let's get Chad to be vulnerable.
Yeah. Well, no,
let's have an intervention on Chad.
I would love, I want to share another video real quick. And I just because I'm just going to share this video real quick.
Grab your friends, find your enemies and make amends, and we'll meet in the middle. Take the pride and set it aside. My hands will build you a shield, and we'll solve the riddle. And we'll remember these times, we'll remember these times. Oh, 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 oh. And we'll remember these times, we'll remember these times. Oh, oh.
Wow.
So yeah, you get
the all-star rating for having a guest on your show. I've been on probably thousands of shows by now. This is the best. You are so creative and thoughtful. Thank you. That is beautiful. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this again.
Well, you know what? It's really something, and I wish people really understand this. I really was very shy and hesitant to do this show. And the more I've evolved in doing this show, this is such my passion to celebrate people and to have something that's different than any other interview they did. Goofy, off the cuff and celebrated and stuff like that. But it's funny because I really want to meet Les Brown sometime and to help me, with my story. And so the funny thing is I've been surrounded by everybody that's interviewed him or whatever. And yet I don't think I'm ready for that. I would probably crap my pants if he showed up right this second. So I can't do it, but I'm someday, and I'm in the market here. Someday I'm going to have him on my show, but I think I will freak out when I have him on my show. It will happen. I know it will happen because I've had people interview him and know him. So, I mean, I just know it's going to happen, but, what does Chad say? I knew knowledge. We have to talk with cognitive bias in a good way. Absolutely. But
cognitive bias and cognitive dissonance too.
And so I'm super, super excited to have you here, Chris. I'm going to go ahead and switch some questions here that are really cool. And Okay,
Ask me anything. This is fun.
Absolutely. So how long have you done what you do now? Let's get into that now that we have your
How long have I done what I do now? As far as coaching. What was that?
I know you guys shouldn't have told you that because you guys are probably going to hook me up with it before I'm ready. So don't do that to me.
No pooping. Les Brown would not approve. Yes. You know what? And just to speak to that just for a second, I want to answer your question. But Lynn, let me tell you something. You know this personally. Life is very short. If there's something on your bucket list to do, do it. If Les Brown is on your list to do it, do it. I mean, when I went there to meet Les and to be a part of his training, I had no idea what to expect. I literally thought I was going to walk into an auditorium of 700 people, and I walked in, there was like 20 people. It was pretty crazy. People are more normal than you would actually think. So I would personally make it a quest to get him on your show right now, because you never know. I believe he's now 79.
I know.
mean,
and
he's
you know
amazing.
what? I did get to actually talk to him and tell him about my show, and he told me to reach out to him, but he tells everybody to reach out to him. So I haven't reached out to him yet, but I did actually talk to him. We were in the same room and he related with me. So I did communicate and I articulated well. I just haven't reached out to him yet though. So
it doesn't matter how you articulate, dear. Listen to me. No excuses, coach. It doesn't matter how you articulate as long as it's from the heart, and you always come from the heart. So doesn't matter what you say. It's all about from the heart, and he will feel that. He is a heart-centered person. He is a beautiful person. He's a beautiful human being. Yes, if that is on your list, go do that. Make it happen. Okay, so what was the question again?
Sandy, thank you. Yeah, Sandy, thank you for saying that. That's really sweet. I love you. She's one of my favorite constant audience. So yes, how long have you done what you do? So seriously, I want to get into how awesome you are here. So how long have you been doing what you do?
I have technically been coaching and speaking. A long time. I mean, honestly, let me try to put a date to it or something like that. Probably since in my 20s. I mean, I've been doing this I'm now going to be 52 in a couple of weeks. So I've probably been doing this almost 30 years professionally, and actually taking it quite seriously and establishing my company and coaching and speaking, getting paid for it, all that stuff. I've probably been doing that now for, almost 20 years legitimately. I started my company, Master Motivators, and it was all tied into realizing that packaging up all my bullshit and all my beliefs and all my hurt feelings and all that other stuff, and sitting there saying, okay, what am I going to do with this? Because I was drinking and I was doing stupid things and I was trying to process my emotions. And I said, okay, I got to make this mean that it happened for me and not to me, and to use that to go back. And so I immediately got started at mentoring at-risk kids. So just the kids like I was, 13 to 17, who were on the streets, going through drugs and violence and all that different stuff, and go give them some hope. And in doing that, I was at, this is a true story. I was at a Hooters one night with an coworker of mine who was a good friend. And we were just in there having a couple of beers. And we were talking about my career. I was still in the corporate sector and doing very well, on my way to be VP. And he's like, we were talking about my story and everything. And I said, you know what, honestly, I said, my greatest dream right now is to go back to the 7th and 8th grade class that I dropped out of and go speak to those kids and let them know, hey, listen, I've been on that journey. I have been to hell and back. I mean, I could tell stories for days, but you guys are going to get through it as long as you have that mindset as you're going through that. What can I learn from this? What can I take from this? How can I make me stronger? What can I do to help other people when I get this figured out? That's been my mission in life, is like, if you've been abused and battered, go help somebody who potentially might be going through that right now. Let them know what it takes to get through that. So I got to go back and speak to the 7th and 8th grade class, Lynn, and it was amazing. I was videotaped. It's on my YouTube channel. And it really, when I walked out of that gymnasium that day, my whole life went full circle. And it made me realize that everything I went through provided me the opportunity to come back and speak to these kids. And the crazy thing about it, Lynn, was when I stepped foot on the school grounds, I had not been on the school grounds since I left. I'd driven by there before and like, oh yeah, okay, there's my old school. But to step foot on there and then to have that impact, and how the kids come after I was speaking, giving me hugs and saying, hey, I'm all at Crest Children's Foundation, or hey, I'm living in a motel right now, or hey, I'm homeless, or hey, my mom's on drugs, and having them giving me hugs and high fives. It totally startled me to see how little they were, because I was 13 years old when I had to go take care of my mom and be on the streets and do all that stuff. And I always see myself, Lynn, as being an adult. I have always seen myself as being older than I was, especially even at 7 or 8 years old. And I've always hung around older people. And And that kind of just gave me the trajectory that, yes, this is what I want to do with my life. I want to take the shit that I've been through and speak it authentically and congruently to other people to make sure that they know that they can get through those things too. So yeah. And I did it side by side with a corporate career for many, many, many years. And then so officially, making that transition from a corporate career to doing what I do now, that happened in November of 2019 when I was exited out of my position after 26 years at one company. And I said, I am not going to go back to the corporate world. I'm going to do my coaching and my speaking and my shows and my consulting and my group coaching with Scott and everything else we got planned. Once COVID releases, I'm not going back to a corporate career. So yeah, I've been essentially just doing it ever since I got my shit together.
That's awesome. We got 10 minutes and I want to get through a couple more questions here and surprises or whatever. So here we go. How do you measure?
You're gonna have a video of my
success?
wife, I'm sure. Now I'm waiting for a video of my wife or my mother from heaven. You got a video from my mother from heaven.
How do you measure your success of your clients?
How do I measure the success of my clients? By their reactions every week. When they get on the phone with me and they've done their homework and they've had epiphanies and they've had insights, that's how I measure the success. I measure the success by the vibration that they bring to the phone call, in both the challenges that they've had and also the triumphs that they have, because in the setbacks and the frustrations and the mistakes and everything that also we go through as we become stronger, I applaud them in that journey, because sometimes you have to go through hell to get to heaven. And so when I see that success, especially the second part of that is after the coaching agreement is done, and they will still send me messages like, oh my God, Chris, I got around a rabbit hole, but I managed to avoid it and managed to process it differently. Or, oh my God, Chris, I just took this leap. I know we talked about me doing it 2 years from now. I decided to do it right now to be unstoppable. So just seeing the comments, hearing the people that I've impacted is always just a gauge to let me know that what I'm doing is making a difference. And every day I get people telling me that. So I'm ever so grateful and blessed, because there was a point in time where I thought I was being an imposter, or who's going to listen to me as a coach or a speaker or anything like that. I'm the guy with the bandana. I'm the guy that swears. I'm the guy that was unfiltered or whatever. But just being myself and resonating that with my clients has been an amazing journey, because they themselves have been able to remove the proverbial mask of trying to pretend to be somebody they're not, to get people to like them who don't even really think about them anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, just seeing them tackle their goals has just been amazing.
So you kind of answered this question for me, what kind of feedback and results reporting back to you that you taught them. But I asked that question because with that, I actually found my answer.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tanisha Ward, and I just recently went through Chris and Scott's coaching program, and I have to say I've done a lot of self-work on myself in life. I practice holistic medicine. I see a lot of people. I've been in a lot of masterminds and coaches, and I would definitely recommend this program because they have a very clear A to Z process, and they're doing the right things in the right order to activate different parts of your brain, your heart. There's some soul work in there. I definitely feel it could help a lot of people no matter where you're at in your self-discovery journey or bettering yourself journey. It could be that you're trying to move forward in your professional life, your personal life. Whatever it is, I feel like they're gonna draw it out of you and help you become a better version of yourself.
Tanisha!
See, Lynn does her homework.
Yeah,
Lynn does her homework.
Lynn, bravo. Lynn wins.
I'm just
the
getting
best
better.
award.
I'm just getting better at what I do. So, it's become a really passion. I look at it this way, Chris, you took time out for me an hour, and that means the world to me. And if I can't show that and reflect that I did my homework, I spent time with you beforehand. And the reason why I'm so excited is because I got to know you and spend time with you. And like I said, you were very kind on your show to me. I could not go without that. And I wanted another surprise. It's not working, but I'm going to tell you. But I will say the message I got back when I reached out to them is they love Christopher, and that was for Briley because I messaged her. So she's like, I'd do anything for Chris. But obviously, I think our timing and everything by the time she saw the message. So, but I did reach out. She was included on that list, and so I just wanted you to know that she'll probably be bummed because she really wanted to be here. I even gave her the StreamYard thing. So it just didn't work out, but I just know she's here in spirit. And I didn't want to go without mentioning that I reached out to her. So how do you preach what you teach?
How do I preach what I teach? Every day. I just come on vulnerable. You've seen my walk and talks where I sit there and talk about different things that I've got going on in my life. I bring the situations in my life, and notice I didn't call them problems or anything else. I bring the situations in my life, the challenges that I have, to the people, through my shows that I do, the Raw and Unscripted show, the Unfiltered Experience, Rainbows and Real Talk. I just bring that out and just share with people, the authenticity, the transparency. We're all human. We're all not going to have everything figured out. It blows my mind that people that try to pretend they have it all figured out. Oh, I've got this and I've got that and everything's groovy, Susie. Nobody does. Nobody does. I have talked to people with millions of dollars, billions of dollars who have amazing acting career, everything you could possibly want. And unless you take care of what's inside and you start being real with yourself and you start being genuine and you start helping other people from that heart-centered spot that we all are, then you're living a fake life, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I've got a show right after this, 15 minutes from now, and it's Raw and Real with Brian and Lynn. And I mean, I'm vulnerable all over the damn place. So I hear you, and it's just like, I ain't gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but I'm having a good time laughing at myself. So whoever wants to come along, if you don't, that's fine. I have enough love and friendships and connections I've made that if I didn't have another connection, I'd just love on the ones I have and be good with life. So absolutely, I'm so grateful. Oh, my sister-in-law said something here. My brother's widow. Understand. You want to read that for me real quick, Chris?
Understanding your impact that you make on people is the ultimate blessing, because yes, your brother had many people who loved him and he truly impacted at his funeral, but he never felt it while he was alive. Yes. And I love that you're doing that, Lynn. And I'll share this. I think we shared it on our show, but I believe that we should be doing living memorials, right? And did we talk about this?
That's what I do.
Yeah.
No.
So
I
basically
think we did on your show.
Yeah, and just basically pick somebody out of your group every year and let's have a memorial service for them while they're alive. Let's all chip in and figure out what we could do. Because we do that stuff when people die. I can't afford to go see my friend in Indiana, right? We say that, but yet our friend in Indiana dies. What do? We buy the first ticket that's available and we go to the funeral and we're there for him. Why can't we do that while we're alive? And I think that is, to your point,
thank you.
To your point, more people would be alive if they knew the impact that they had on the people while they were here. But most people are suffering in their own misery and they're too busy to be able to go out and reach a hand and say, hey, how are you doing? I do it all the time. I go on Facebook Messenger and I'll scroll like 4 times and I'll stop and I'll pick somebody and I'll send them a voice message. I'm like, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? I do that multiple times a week.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. If people knew how they felt or how people impacted. See, and this is the problem. So many people stay around the people that give them so much grief and so much shit, and they feel worthless. Yep. So then the sad thing is the hypocrite / the regret comes out in the funeral. And this is what I'm trying to fix. If you would just learn to be around the people that actually are grateful that you're around, you will be celebrated more. You're not stuck in the freaking box of those people. Go find some new people. And that's one thing that's been great about Clubhouse. And so again, and I got to say this out loud. There are like relationships that are being torn in real life because of Clubhouse. But you know what? If you're hearing that, maybe they're there because there's a problem with what you're doing. So can you own that and take it to the freaking bank? I mean, because, it just, and that's what I'm trying to do. One person at a time. And some people say, oh yeah, but you got good people or successful people. Well, your ass could come over here and I'd celebrate you too. If you're doing an impact on somebody else's life, then you deserve it. But seriously, it is it's true. My brother would always go from one thing. And now my brother wasn't a saint. Now my brother really believed in God and he did a lot. But what I know that he knew is God loved him. And when people would bitch and moan to him, and I mean, he'd been married quite a few times. My sister-in-law could tell you that, but they all treat him like shit. And he went to the next marriage. And I mean, that was his soulmate right there. She was there. I mean, we all got faults, but when you're around people that just keep reminding you of your faults, you're never going to get out of the freaking hole. So this is just really, really important message. And I'm just so thankful that, so yeah, if you have any more victims or, I mean, people that I should interview, just let me know, Christopher, because I will take good care of them. Yeah. We absolutely don't always know our worth. Yep. We're better.
No, it's so
Gosh,
true. I
we're
love
running out of time. I'm going to squeeze a couple more seconds here and just say, Christopher, this has just been awesome with you. It's just not enough time. I knew it wouldn't be. What challenges have you turned you into your biggest teacher?
What challenges have turned me into my biggest teacher? My mom. My mom has been my biggest teacher throughout my life. The whole process up until when she got sick, and her attitude about that, her attitude about everything. She's been one of my biggest teachers. But now my biggest teacher is my son, my 4-year-old son, Jackson, Christopher Rausch. I'm learning to be in the moment. I'm learning to play. I'm learning to laugh. I'm learning to be silly in different ways. I'm learning to be patient. I'm learning to listen better. I'm learning to choose my words more carefully, my reactions more carefully. So yeah, he makes me a better person every single day that I'm alive.
Wow. That's just, man, this is a moment in time I'm going to remember for a long time, because I knew this time would go fast. And
we'll
thank
do a part
you so
two.
much for,
we'll do a part
we
two.
should.
Whenever.
We should. Oh wait, there's this last, I love this. And I'm going to play this real quick.
Gratitude. Right? Here's a simple 3-part exercise that you guys can do every single day. It takes less than a minute. Before you wake up, you have to wake up. Before your eyes open, stay with me. Before your eyes open, gratitude. I'm grateful for the sheets. I'm grateful I have a heater. I'm grateful for the alarm clock. I'm grateful I get to go up and have a job. I'm grateful I have a business to go to. I'm grateful that my son's in the room sleeping. What is it that you're grateful for? So oftentimes we get up and what do? We pick this fucking thing up and we go, oh, what's going on? And then we just like go into go mode. Right? So number 1, wake up. What are you grateful for? Number 2, what are your intentions for the day? What is your intention for the day? If your intention for the day is to be a bitchy prick, go back to sleep and figure it out again. So set your intentions. Have 5 to 7 intentions. My intention every single day is to be present and playful with my son. Every single day. My intention today is to be present and playful with my son. My intention today is to serve humanity and be an excellent source of motivation, inspiration, and whatever else I can spew out of my mouth to keep people positive. What is my intention today? My intention is to attract people in my life that are going to help me elevate to the position I can do so I can help more people. What are your intentions? All within a minute. And then get up and go pursue those intentions with massive energy, massive passion, have accountability partners, get people in your lane, and become resilient, guys, because otherwise you're going to find yourself in 3, 5, 10 years with the thing you've seen me post most about, which is regrets. And I don't want any of you guys to have regrets. This is a pivotal time in our life. You guys have heard me talk about Clubhouse. You guys have heard me talk about pivoting and getting in there and making relationships and networking. This is the time for you guys to do it. It's not supposed to be about anything else that you otherwise think is going to return back to normal. Sorry, guys. I just saw that my buddy Scott says bitchy prick. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what this show's about. Don't be a bitchy prick. Thank you, brother. I appreciate for being here. What's up, buddy? Yes. Hey, so ladies and gentlemen, that's our show tonight. This is the Raw and Unscripted show. We had Mo Rock on here. Please go connect with them and connect with us again Friday night on the Unfiltered show. The Unfiltered Experience, we're going to have a couple of people on. We're talking about the compassion games. Think about that, the compassion games. Let's talk about that. So you know where to find me Friday night, the Unfiltered Experience with my buddy Scott. And we got Lynn Serrano in here. I'm going to be on Lynn's show tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So tune into that too. What's up, Lynn? Great to see you. All right, we're going to tune out now. You guys stay classy. You guys stay kick-ass. And most of all, stay unstoppable and don't be a bitchy prick. Oh my God, this is so much fun. I do not want it to end. Call your co-host and say, listen, Chris is going to come on our show and we're just going to continue this conversation. Just continue having a blast now. I'm just kidding. This has been fun.
Our next show seriously is called about relationship status and where you should take your relationship from there. You want to stop over there real quick and make it happen and give some words?
Sure. I'm game. Right. I'm game. My son's downstairs eating breakfast. So I got a few minutes, but
yes. You'll have 7 minutes to go love on your son. We'll do the intro show. I'll send you a link, and you guys are going to see Chris on my other show. So awesome!
Why not?
I'm gonna change the scenery, and I'm excited to see you in a few minutes. My co-host.
Sure. Why not? No, this is great, Lynn. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, from the deepest parts of my soul. Putting this all together is truly a gift to me.
You deserve it, my friend. You're my friend.
And trust me, I will be I will be watching this again, and I will be sharing this big time. So much love, mad respect to you and your audience, everybody who's here. I'm going to go back and read these comments, and I just want to thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being your strong individual self and going through all the different things that you've had to go through to be the light to shine for everybody else. So you're a beautiful person. Please keep it that way.
I love you. We'll see you in a few minutes. Okay.
Cool.
Bye, everyone. Let me see here. Give me a second. I'm going to just go off with and we're going to be out of here.